Hey, how you doing? This is J Mac with Survival is Tactical. On one of my posts earlier, I did the #1 greatest survival weapon is, and I'm just going to show you a couple of things that I illustrated in that article. Once again, I'll reiterate that being a former Marine, the best weapon in my opinion is always going to be a firearm. But that comes with inherent problems on its own, malfunctions, jams, ammo, the amount of ammo you can carry, and the effect that it's not going to be really easily available if stuff was to hit the fan and you have to go out there and try and survive. So, without further ado, as illustrated and written down in my article, the #1 greatest survival weapon is going to be a machete. The one I have, made by SOG, it's called the SOG Fire. You don't have to go to SOG, but I do recommend some of the top cutlery brands out there. Gerber, SOG, Cold Steel. Those, in my opinion, are the top 3. Kershaw, right there neck and neck with them. I'd carry a Kershaw in my as a pocket folder all day long, so Kershaw's right there with the top guys. Machete. As you can see, this one's got the Tanto blade, saw blade on the back, and a window breaker on the end of the handle. The reason why this machete is going to be your #1 survival weapon of all time is just because of its pure lethality and multiple faceted uses. You can use it to cut a fish's head off if you're out fishing. You can use it to bludgeon a fish after you've caught it, to stun the head. You can use it obviously to cut through brush, cut down a small tree for building your shelter. You can use it to shave a spearhead if you're making a spear. But the overall fact that a machete is easily obtainable, no matter where you are in the world, makes it the #1. The ease of availability and the multifaceted uses that you can have with this particular weapon. History has already proven with the hundreds of thousands, I'm going to go ahead and say it, hundreds of thousands of genocides that have been carried out with the machete in the African countries. It pretty much speaks for itself as far as its lethality and ease of use. So, machete, #1 survival weapon and tool of all time. Coming in second, probably one of my favorites, again, the SOG brand, Tomahawk. Not quite as multifaceted in its uses. However, you're going to have a heftier blade. You're going to have much easier time cutting down a tree with it. You're going to have the spike on the end. Now this spike on the end, again, doesn't necessarily that it's it's only used for one thing. Yeah, you can spike somebody's head with it, pure dead right there. But it's also can be used as an ice pick if you're having to climb up. Okay. If you're having to separate bark from a tree, you can pop it real easily. The reason why you'd want to pop bark from a tree is to get into the grubs and the food and the edibles that are inside of it. And I'll cover that probably in a later video. You'll see here that there's a crosshatch right here on the top. You can use that for nailing in tent stakes, pegs, anything you need to use it for. So again, multifaceted. And probably the funnest thing about the Tomahawk, and this was actually introduced to us by cultures long before ours, was the fact that you can throw these. And they are supremely dangerous and when wielded by the right person. I've been throwing tomahawks now for about 15 years. I was a thrown weapons champion in an organization called the SCA, and I can tell you it's a lot of fun. when you can get these to stick. So that's going to be the number 2, number 1, and number 2 weapons of survival: machete, tomahawk. Stay tuned for more videos, and we'll look at you later. Once again, my name is J Mac. Survival is tactical.